Tovah 5784. Hi, everybody. Yeah, just the legalities out of the way. I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient, psychic, and everything I say on here is for entertainment purposes only. So do your own research, make up your own mind. Down in the box is the full disclaimer, the link to Mystical Fortunes, and the link to my Buy Me a Coffee thing. So basically what I said is for a great year. It's Rosh Hashanah. It's kicked off last night at sundown. So yeah, I've got some stuff in the oven that yeah, I'll be taking over to friends in a little while as soon as they cool down. Some like apple honey cake. It's like a pound cake. So let's get going so I can get back to making sure nothing burns in the oven. uh we know that van der Leyen had her little State of the Union speech the other night. Basically, she's pushing for a worldwide digital ID, and she wants everybody to be controlled under the United Nations. Well, back when Danny Kaye was involved with the United Nations, it was an okay group, but now it's just turned into a communist, let's see who can bully who into doing whatever. So basically, it's, we don't want it. Big time, don't want it. It's, right now, it's on the regular calendar. It's 2023, but it seems more like it's 1933. And a lot of people need to wake up. And because I know and see what's going on, yes, I did get kicked out of my synagogue because I called out the associate rabbi for being a woke, willfully ignorant, complacent fool, the type that landed in a boxcar. Yeah, so I'm booted out because I stood up to her. She's 30-something. And then the board president at that time, another early 40s. Kid is a woke idiot. Yeah, oh yeah, oh well, he's a salesperson for a big computer company, software company. And I'm like, dude, you went after me, you put my life in jeopardy, you jeopardize my personal safety. That's a real stupid thing to do. You don't do that. Yeah, of course I'm going to call you a stupid effing idiot. And the little woke girl who answered the phone, duh, she was so stupid that if you're going to convert, you wait till you finish everything before you crash the gates on a major holiday. You need tickets because that's when everybody shows up. And I watched online, but I'm like, let's see what works best for me. No, I've always been someone who, I don't put up with crap. I call out the idiots. Now, one of our big idiots we all know, let's just get the torment out of the way. We know Jojo. Okay, one group is telling him, say, hey, declare you're not running in 2024. Some others are telling him to resign gracefully. They're like, hey, if this impeachment stuff follows through, a lot of things are going to be revealed. And they're going, uh-oh, if he gets impeached, and people are pushing him to resign, we're going to end up with Cammy Poo. And it's like, who do we throw in as Cammy Poo's VP? Would it be Cuomo from New York or Newsom? I mean, we've got to make sure that who they yeah, we all want Biden gone, Jojo out of office. But we also have to sit back and realize, okay, if we get rid of him, we're going to end up with somebody who's more to the far left on the communist bent than what we've got right now. And that's the donkey's game. They want to turn the United States basically into a communist country. They want to dominate us and tell us what we can and cannot do. I'm like, no, I mean, I'm part of the last generation. We grew up with landline. I grew up with a landline telephone. I mean, towards my late teens, that's when telex machines came in. It's just, I mean, computers, I mean, back in the day, I'd say I was about 20 or so. IBM came out with a home computer system, and that was like over $4,000. Yeah. So I know how to type. I didn't take shorthand, but I did take a typing class in high school. And I'm pretty much the last generation that was taught the real communist history and what happened in Germany that caused World War II and Adolf's decision to eliminate a certain group of people. Well, remember the Z guy, according to him, I'd be safe, but people who follow the Christian faiths, he's doing the same thing that Adolf did to the Jews. But it's not making the headlines. And he's saying, oh, he's dragging up everyone for military service, but there's been leaks and stuff coming out saying, no, it's not happening. The Z guy is basically playing Game of Drones from his little bunker. And every time he loses too many game pieces, he goes crying to Jojo. Now, it's really stupid because the Z guy is supposed to be, we've started the high holidays for the Jewish faith. And if he's supposed to be Jewish, why in hell is he visiting the United States when he should have his ass in a synagogue? No, he's going to be coming here and he's going to be begging for more money from Jojo, steal it out of our coffers, money that should be going to clean up that chemical spill in Ohio, money that should be going over to Maui to rebuild Lahaina. No, but the little Z guy is playing, oh, well, I'm like, shut up, you little fat turd. Buy a suit and get your ass in and start groveling. I want to see his list of things that he needs to atone for. I mean, Yom Kippur is right around the corner. Day of Atonement. His list must be thicker than 8 New York City telephone books. So, yeah, his list must be, pretty deep. And so, yeah, it's like now we've got the hassle going on with Jojo's Bidenomics. Jojo has made life here in the States so bad that actually the United Auto Workers Union has said, F it, we're all out on strike against all the manufacturers here in the United States. Yeah, they're pushing this stupid electronic vehicle stuff, but after an hour, you gotta stop and recharge the car. Let's say you had to drive to get to a funeral on time. You don't have time to stop in the middle of the night and recharge your car in places where there may not be a charging station. No. We've got, here in the States, we've got our own natural resources. Up in Michigan, we've got one of the largest national natural gas reserves in the world. Up on the northern Nevada border, we've got one of the largest deposits of lithium. I mean, we've got so much oil all over the place. Yeah, there's oil wells in Pennsylvania. There's oil wells all over Texas, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. California. If we can get rid of this communist bull poop, we'd be back to number one. And that's my New Year's wish. Get rid of these stupid idiots Sit down, these fools, and make them read the real history. We've got to. Or else, hey, we've got to, we just have to. I can see if we don't do it, what they may pull, but we've got to wake up a lot of people. I mean, I've already had woken up to see my cell phone at a different time. So I know that there are other sources playing around with our electronics and monitoring us. So, you know what? It's like I learned how to pop the back off of this thing. And what I do, I take the battery out. Yeah, if you buy a cheap phone, you can pull the battery out. It doesn't work. And my TVs, I don't buy the super high-tech TVs. And if I don't want, and I shut off the power supply, I turn them off, unplug them. So they can't monitor what I'm watching, what's going on. Yeah. You gotta learn these tricks. I mean, currently it's like, yeah, we know that Jojo's pushing for the EVs. It's not gonna work. We know that the guys on strike with the auto industry don't want them because it cuts jobs. In the more we deal with this Bidenomics, the worse and worse our country will become. The donkeys can't get their act together to find a suitable candidate. I mean, RFK is talking, and his thing is affordable housing. I mean, yeah, my landlord jacked my rent up to the same rate as some of the super luxury buildings in my area. Yeah, but it's like those apartments have dishwashers, in-unit washer and dryer. They have a gym, they have a pool, they all have balconies. My building doesn't. So, yeah, I'm on the apartment hunt. But because I'm on disability, yeah, I'm restricted as to what I can afford. And yeah, so stuff is going to be happening because a lot of people, they're still, even with the economic crash people are still suffering from the real estate crash of '08. Some people are still underwater on their houses and their condos. That's what happened. Thank you, Obama. But we've got, yeah, this week we've got the Z guy. He's going to be visiting with Jojo. We know Jojo is going to hand him a blank check. We know Jojo doesn't care about Lahaina. He doesn't care about Ohio. He knows it's just a flip of a switch to change the computer-generated votes. The donkeys have it. So we have to push in the states where you're able to do a major push back for paper ballots to be counted by hand. Yeah, we'll deal with hanging chads, but at least we'll get an accurate count. I mean, that stupid person in New Mexico, by that move that she pulled in Albuquerque, flipped that state from blue to red. You don't mess with our Second Amendment rights. No way. No. And then we've got coming up also Netanyahu. Why isn't he keeping his ass in Israel? He's not a good Jew. He's not doing what he's supposed to be doing. No, he's going to run over here for a UN meeting and have a one-on-one with Jojo. But Jojo may be in the room, but Jojo's not there. Who is he actually talking to? Is it Barry? Is Netanyahu going to give Barry his checklist of what he wants? Because there's some shady stuff going on in Israel right now. Okay? It's a powder keg. And I'm not talking a powder keg between the Israelis and the Palestinians. I mean, between the different factions of the Israelis. Because you've got the Hasidic group, you've got Orthodox, you've got conservatives, and then you've got the asswipe super ultra liberal reform. Somebody's got to wake up. Okay, I woke up. I took one trade union to task because they didn't hire women for a certain position. Do I have to start screaming at the go to Ohio and call out this stupid head of the rabbinical college in Ohio that's teaching this liberal BS? Could be interesting. I think we all need to start sending that dude emails. Hey, tell people don't vote Democrat. Tell them to start voting elephant. Anything but donkey. Because they forget. And I told a few people, it was FDR's Democratic Secretary of State that shut down all the visa applications. Yeah. I remind them, I go, so why do you still vote Democrat? A lot of these people don't have answers. Well, I go, no. So you're going to continue to vote for the party that prevented people escaping Hitler. I go, you're an idiot. Oh, yeah. But someone, they fell for this liberal propaganda. I mean, the next one, I don't know how they pulled it off, but we all heard of the drug dealer El Chapo. Well, his son has been extradited here to the U.S. I mean, FBI, local law enforcement, I think someone has made a backdoor deal with this guy. Yeah, allow yourself to be extradited. Spill the beans on the Biden family, Hunter Biden and his purchases. And yeah, Department of Justice will basically give El Chapo's kid, keep him safe and sound as long as he flips on Hunter Biden and all the other people that have had purchases from stuff he transports. Because local law enforcement is getting fed up with this donkey poop. Now, another country that's going up, and it's ironic that it's the young kids, the younger generation fighting back against the Ali Khamenei. And this is going on in Iran. It's the 1-year yahrzeit of the death of Mahsa Amini, the woman who was out without wearing a hijab. Yeah, she was arrested by the mullahs, taken to the police section, and she was held there for 3 days until her body was returned to her parents, her family, all because she refused to wear a hijab. And now the younger generation, the women, are now rising up. So those old mullahs that flipped it from a wonderful country back in 79 to the strict religious crap over there, those women are fighting back. Took what, 90, took 40 years? 2 generations? The grandchildren of the people who turned Iran into a strict Muslim country, those grandchildren are saying, no way in hell, we're not taking your crap any longer. And it's going to explode. And they've got some big holidays coming up. big stuff is going to hit the fan in Iran. I mean, it's already a powder keg because they're fighting over water rights with Afghanistan. Well, Jojo turned Afghanistan back over to the Taliban, the extreme mullahs. A lot of people don't like that extremist stuff, extreme religious orders. So both of those countries, if a powder keg, if a match lights that powder keg, you're going to have the under 35s flipping. We're going to see they're going to flip the script and boot out the extreme mullahs who are trying to run the countries. They're going to be going bye-bye, and you're going to have a bunch of under 40s taking back control. That's what's going to be happening. Now, our favorite Swede today, he was talking about Neil Oliver. Basically, the comments were about raising awareness of the corrupt governments, possibly forced digital currency, forced medical experiments on humans, and the stupid 15-minute cities. Sorry, that's not possible here in the States. And face it, we need to remind people that the little WAP is nothing but a Joseph Mengele wannabe. And there's a lot of doctors out there like that. The governments are following the old Vanse directive. Okay? Now, back when I was a kid, living out east, yeah, Jersey Shore, I was a total swamp rat when I was young. I remember the news stations out at NYC talking about this group of people called the Guardian Angels that were going to start keeping safe the subway system because the NYC subway system was really dangerous. And so a group of people headed up by this guy, Curtis Lewa, he and his group of friends, basically, if you see a red beret, Marine beret while you're on a subway station, yeah, go stand next to him because he's one of the Guardian Angels trying to keep the subways safe. Well, now Curtis is like calling out the, we know the New York mayor. I mean, he had to allow the people to come in, but now the citizens of New York are saying, no more. Curtis is putting himself into place to become the next mayor of New York City. It's like move over Adams. There, he's calling out AOC and that Democratic group that went and visited the Roosevelt Hotel. And Curtis is saying no more wetbacks. It's like, hey, take care of Americans first before we help these stupid wetbacks. And I really did. I knew they had to pass through at least half a dozen countries. But I literally sat back and I checked these supposed Venezuelans. Yeah, I saw a few of those a couple weeks ago. I told them, why didn't they stay in Costa Rica? They literally, if somebody is a Venezuelan refugee, they have to pass through Colombia, Panama, cross a bridge over the canal, okay? Go through Costa Rica, Nicaragua, either El Salvador and Honduras, and then either through Guatemala or Belize to get into Mexico. And then they have to cross the Rio Grande. They have to go through 7 countries? You mean these refugees couldn't find a safe place? And what's really stupid is that a lot of people, a lot of Americans, are retiring to the country of Costa Rica. These people think America is so great. Why didn't they stop in Costa Rica and they could be actually getting jobs working for Americans in Costa Rica. That's like the third country that they're walking through. Why didn't they stop there? Why didn't they stop in Panama? Because actually they have to make plans to widen the damn canal. Because the shipping companies want to build wider ships, but they can't because they're restricted by the width of the Panama Canal. All these guys could get construction jobs on widening a new Panama Canal. Okay? But of course they don't. The other thing that's hitting the fan, and they're like playing up the visit as such a good thing, but when you watch the newsreel footage, watch the face of little Kimmy from North Korea. Yeah, he's visiting Russia right now. He's out in Vladivostok, which is the big major city on the east coast of Russia. He's being taken on tours of like the naval base, the other military installations, and every time he walks past something, the guy's like got a look on his face like, oh shit. So if I start stuff, they've got all these supplies, they'll decimate me in no time flat. So basically Vlad said, okay, yeah, let's play nice to this dude. But basically what Vlad is doing is scaring the poop out of little Kim and his little kingdom of North Korea. They're scaring the crap out of this dude. Yeah, and he's like, he goes walking around this stuff, and the look on his face is like, oh shit, I'm in trouble if I start stuff with Russia. Not good. And the other disgusting thing that I saw, and I literally, it was like, gee, do I reach for the vodka bottle with my orange juice this morning? Was I was listening to the Democratic senator from Rhode Island, Sheldon Whitehouse. Basically, he's saying that the wetbacks are good for economics because because we have to get the DACA dreamers, we've got to get them legal because they're the ones that start the small businesses. Well, duh. Yeah, they start the small businesses, but they're the ones that got first wiped out when the burn, loot, murder crew goes batshite crazy. They destroy all their little convenience stores, and these guys don't have the money to keep rebuilding. Yeah, I mean, did you notice how many 7-Elevens got shut down? Have been shut down? Yeah, this dude from Rhode Island, the smallest state in the Union, Sheldon Whitehouse, says claiming illegal immigration is good for the country. Huh. Yeah, he goes, oh, the dreamers must be made American citizens. Well, excuse me, Delia Ramirez is an anchor baby. Yeah, she's done diddly squat for my area. Yeah, it's like her district encompasses both Cook County and DuPage County. If you're black and brown and you're in the part of the city that's her congressional district, you're getting stuff on platinum platters. If you're not black or brown, she treats you like shit, which is reverse discrimination, and we have to keep calling her out, and we have to call out every single one of these donkeys that is pro wetback. Okay, well, my timer is just about to go off to pull the stuff out of the oven, so I hope everybody has a wonderful remainder of the holiday weekend. Lashana Tovah. And I'll be talking to you on Monday. Bye-bye.